the show, everyone. I almost didn't make it in. My battery went dead on me this morning, but I got it all taken care of, thank God. And I am here live, and we are having fun networking already right here in the studio. And I'm going to go in with my first guest, who's been on with me now a couple of times. I have with me Jeff Davis, and Jeff is the owner of American Realty Academy. Welcome to the show. Tell everybody a little bit about yourself and the Academy, and listen up, everyone. I want you to hear this because this information is going to be great, especially for somebody who wants to get into the career of being in the real estate business. Come on up to that mic and tell us a little bit about what you do.
First off, Carol, I want to say thanks again for having me on. I enjoy the show. I think hopefully your listeners enjoy the show. What I want to try and do is I want to try and bring to the table a different perspective. I'm sure people have always heard about going to real estate school. They may have thought about real estate school, but a lot of people are timid. We're finding out that we get a lot of questions on the phone calls and emails about, I'm thinking about switching careers, I'm thinking about getting into real estate, but there's a lot of questions. So I kind of want to talk a little bit more about what does it take to get into real estate, and more importantly, is it the right choice for you? Because it's not the right choice for everybody. Right now, we're seeing a big push for a lot of people trying to get into a new career, like you just said earlier. So today, I want to spend a little bit of time answering some of the questions that people have about what does it take to get into real estate? Are they going to be successful? There's just a lot of questions that people have. I'm scared. What's it going to cost? So that's what we're going to try and spend some time on today.
What I also want to talk about before we get into those is I want to talk about what makes your school different. You know, because we have others, but you are different, and I want you to explain that to them.
Well, we started the school because we looked at the competition, and we noticed what the competition we thought was doing right and what we thought they were doing wrong. Obviously, like anything else, if you see somebody making a mistake, you think you can do better, let's fix it. The biggest problem that we encountered with the other schools was class sizes. It's really hard to have a classroom of 100 people and to feel noticed and to get your questions validated, especially if you're in a big group like that. You really are shy. You don't want to be that kid who always raises their hand and then the teacher says, well, that's a dumb question. Not so. So we limit our class sizes to 20 people. More important than that, I'm a broker. So I've been a broker for 20 years, and I started looking around saying, what's being taught is how to pass a test. That wasn't helping people become good real estate agents. So we really rewrote the curriculum. We rewrote how to get into real estate to pass a test. But throughout the lectures, we say, this is what it takes to be successful. There are so many facets of real estate that people didn't even realize. From timeshare sales to commercial to land sales, property management to flipping. There's a whole bunch of things that people didn't even know. So other schools, they teach you how to pass a test. We try and teach you how to be successful.
Oh, I think that's awesome. And you know what? The best thing, how long does it take to get your license?
Unbelievable. The state of Arizona has a 90-hour requirement. So you can literally start your classes, you can do a maximum of 10 hours in a day, and you can finish your studies within 9 days' time. So if you take the 2 classes per day, which is the state's limit, you can have this whole thing done 10 days. So a lot of people who are looking for a career change, they might be looking at other schools, they might be looking at other careers as a whole. There are some careers out there where it takes 3, 4, 6 months just to finish the education, whereas real estate, you can have it in 2 weeks or less.
And you talked a little bit about price. You said that a lot of people are just kind of shy of it because they don't realize. Tell them you got. I don't normally like to talk about this, but in this case, you got to.
It's the price topic. So the real estate education is $399. So I think we're still one of the lowest priced schools in the entire state. It's to start a whole career is $400.
I mean, $400 to start a new career, unbelievable.
Right.
And on top of that, as you go through that, you not only, obviously you're going to teach them how to pass a test, but also to be successful. We're going to talk a little bit about niches, which is so important. And what I mean by that niche is obviously there's so many different facets of it, and some people, when you make a specialization, now you become even better at what you do, and you're more in demand. But also, I wanted to talk a little bit about, with people that were changing right now in their careers. Right now, why is it such a great time? If not now, what a great time for people to do this.
Everywhere you go, you see change. You can't turn on a news station without seeing change. A lot of people right now are realizing that there's never been a better time to change. Either it was forced upon them or they looked around and says, I can do better.
You know, there's a shift. Right now, we
Right.
knew that there was a shift, and it happened probably a few months ago. It started happening, and an earthquake started happening. But now, you know, you've been thinking about all of this. Maybe you've even been home now more than ever, and you realize, you know, I kind of like the freedom of what I have now, but I need to make money, obviously. For almost $400, you're
Yeah,
going to be able
yeah.
to go to school, and in 90 days, you'll be able to
90
get...
hours.
I'm sorry, 90 hours. I said that wrong. 90 hours. You're going to be able to get your license, and once you get that license, do you kind of help them with the next steps? Because then that's another story too. Do you do that as well?
Sure. We encourage people, if you're in our program, you're not alone, okay? You can talk to me, you can talk to other people on our staff. We want you to be successful, and I'm going to start encouraging you to start looking around. As you're going through real estate, we're going to teach you about the different facets, like you said. But at the same time, I always try and encourage people, go out and talk to 3, 4, 5 real estate brokers to find out what do they do, what do they offer, what do they specialize in. Because like I just said earlier, you have no idea how many different facets are in real estate. And once you get into it thinking, oh, I'm just going to be a residential real estate agent, I just want to sell houses in my neighborhood. That's possible, sure. But if you dive a little bit deeper, what if you specialized in not only just your neighborhood, but what if you became the expert in your specific little cul-de-sac? Eventually people are going to buy and sell. Wouldn't you want to be the expert that they go to? Now,
You
that's
gotta
just one
stand
example.
out.
You got to stand out.
You got to stand
Right.
out. Now, I'm going to tell you guys, I want you to, if it's you or someone that you know, I want everyone to go up on their website. It's AmericanRealtyAcademy.com. They do free consultations. You can go ahead and talk to them at 602-753-6079. They're rated with the Better Business Bureau. They are 5-star rated everywhere. They're located in North Phoenix, but this can be done both virtually. We
Right.
want you to know too that it can be done virtually as well. So if you didn't want to have the hassle to go in, there's no hassle because you can. There's good in going in too. But if you can't, you can do it virtually too.
We, in fact, it's funny, we had people just recently, we did a live class, we actually had to do it via Zoom, the webinars. And when I started talking to people via the Zoom webinar, I was surprised to find out some of our students were in Austria, Germany, we had somebody in Japan, we had 2 service members serving overseas who were both stationed in Afghanistan, and they were doing it online. They had some downtime. Some people actually were quarantined, and they said, well, why not do it since I'm quarantined? So they did our Zoom calls and found out we had people literally in all 4 corners of the world.
I can't even believe I sit here and think to myself, anyone that wants to start a career and is sitting there thinking about what they can do. I know you gotten a little money, whether it's a stimulus check, whether it's the maybe you got a little bit of the unemployment or whatever it is. Use it wisely,
Use
right?
it wisely.
Use it wisely.
Right. Invest in yourself. It's the best
Invest
money
in
spent.
yourself, and at $400, 90 hours, it's just, oh my God, that just sounds too good to be true. But tell them why.
There's always people who say it's too good to be true. Okay, so you get $400, that gets your education. You still have to take a contract writing class. We include it. Okay, it's included
It's
in our.
included.
You get 6 hours of continuing education. After that, we prepare you to take the Pearson View exam. That's a $75 charge. You gotta get fingerprinted. That's $60, $70. Once those things are done, the state of Arizona has a $75 application. You're in business.
But you're really not talking about very much money
No,
at all
no.
to start your own company and be working for yourself, making your own hours, and being able to be with your family,
More
if you
often.
want to be more often. Again, that number to call them direct at 602-753-6079. It's AmericanRealtyAcademy.com, rated with the Better Business Bureau. They are 5-star rated everywhere. Before we go to a break, I want to just say, what's the number one reason what promotes somebody to become a real estate agent?
Freedom.
It is all about freedom.
Freedom.
Today, everybody wants freedom. And, you might have even had a little bit of a taste of it because you were sent home to be in your house for a while. And, you're not working. You might be a little bored. You might be on spilkas. But why? You don't have to be. When you can go to school and in 90 hours or less, it takes 90 hours, right even from your own home if you want to get your license. That number to call again at 602-753-6079. Call them today. So we're going to continue talking a little bit. And did you like so far?
Very good.
And see how when I get to know you more, it's better.
I've noticed.
Right?
Yes. Yep. You
And
go for more.
but
Yeah,
so-
great lead-ins.
now we can go dive harder here.
Here?
Does that make sense?
Perfect.
Okay. But you had to talk a little bit about the other stuff. If you
had
didn't.
it.
Yeah,
You're
yeah,
right.
yeah.
Tell us about your school. Why'd you start?
Yeah,
You're just
yeah. It
talented.
was good. So let's talk a little bit about, like, we're right now still talking to everybody live on Facebook, but we want to kind of go into, being for the fact that we are sharing this with almost 30 groups or so, the people that are listening on Facebook, you know, what would you want them to know for people who to maybe share it with some of their friends and let them know how the easiest way is to get involved with this and how you can walk them through it and get them through with flying colors?
So you had a good point. The best thing is you get freedom. Okay, you can work as much as you want to or as little as you want to, but obviously the more you work, the more you make. So people who want to get into a second career, they may have been so scared because they hear real estate, and yes, there's a lot. I'll be the first one to admit that. But the people who work in real estate, they're successful. But you get time to do it when you want to do it. People who like to flip houses, as an example, on TV, HGTV, they have no idea what goes into flipping a house. First step is you gotta get a license. Because if you're buying a house, why not get the commission from the buy side? When you sell a house, why even pay somebody to do what you can do? That's where people start saying, I never thought about that.
How, when you do it virtually, how does it work?
They do the 90 hours online. Our 90-hour curriculum is videos, comprehension checks, quizzes, learning modules, math videos. So it's almost like we call it hybrid, because instead of just reading a textbook on the internet, which is boring, we have interaction. Then we encourage you to email us every day. I don't care if you email me your progress. How you doing? I respond to every single email.
We want to also talk a little bit about that online, when we're online, on air, because the reason why is it's good to know that they can, you know, if they're going to do it on,
Right.
that they still have you
We
there.
answer the phones. We reply to the emails. If you got a question, I have supplemental material. We're creating videos every single day to create a video library to give to people.
Oh, good.
So I don't want to keep charging people if they don't get stumped. There's other schools, you don't pass your first exam, $35.
Oh.
Take it again. No.
So
What didn't you get? Why didn't you pass? Let's get you to pass. I don't want your money. I want you to pass.
That's good. That's good to hear. Good stuff.
Thank you. Gosh, time goes by fast when you're having fun.
In terms of all of this kind of stuff, I think I got everything here that I need to, so we're gonna go on to how hard.
Okay.
So welcome back, everyone. We've been live on Facebook all this time, and we've been talking to everybody during the break on Facebook with some of the things that they do here at American Realty Academy. Jeff, also, I didn't mention that you're the lead instructor, so
Correct.
that makes you also who you are, so they understand who you are.
I hope I'm somewhat of a subject matter expert. 20 years being licensed in 2 different states as a designated broker. I wrote the material. There's a lot of material that people get into where they get scared. One of the topics that everybody cringes at is real estate math.
I got scared
Right.
when you said it.
Right? Everybody gets scared at it. So what we did is we tried saying, if you're going to be an online student, you might be missing some interaction. That might be holding you back. So we listened to all the students, for example, and we said, when you learn math, how do you learn best? And everybody said, videos. So when we do math courses, for example, we do a video, which is me. I'm going to introduce a math concept to you. I'm going to do it on a white dry erase board. I'm going to show you the steps taken to get through the math steps. Then the second video is going to be, here's 2 more math questions. I want to see if you can do it by following the steps you just learned. Third video is, here's the solution. Did you do it correctly? People get really intimidated by real estate math because, let's face it, 400, 500,000, 360,000. Then you got 2%, 3%, buyer pays, seller pays. We break it down to where I say a 3rd grader can do it. In fact, my 1st grader, she's at home, she'll help me with the math because I'll bounce it off her saying, hey,
She's
can you do
lucky
this?
she got you as a dad.
Can you do this math? And she can.
That's awesome. Now, what I love about you the most is that you're so passionate about it's helping people.
It's
It's
people's
not
lives.
just the school and what you do. You are passionate about getting these people not just to get their license, but to be successful.
Right.
And you got real passionate there when you were talking a little bit about those videos that you've created.
It's true. I want people to be successful. Otherwise, what's the point of getting into a new career? So many people have what they call a dead-end career. They're tired. They don't want that. I want to see people get life back. A lot of our clients come in and they say, I don't know what it takes to be a real estate agent. Am I going to be successful? That's one of the number one questions we get. And my answer is, what do you want to do with your real estate license? Because the only person under the sun that's going to make you successful is you.
Absolutely. Now that phone number to call them direct, they do free consultations, is 602-753-6079. It's AmericanRealtyAcademy.com. They're rated with the Better Business Bureau. They are 5-star rated everywhere. They're located in North Phoenix, but guess what? You can do it both virtually and physically, and guess what? It's 90 hours to get your license, and the courses, it's $400 to
Right.
get yourself in. It's unbelievable. Every time I say it, I just can't believe it. And if it's you or someone that you know, let's get everybody on that website and check it out. Let's give them that call. Give yourself a whole new life and a whole new career for very little money. I want to talk a little bit about what goes into getting it. You know, you said how hard is it to do? Besides
Again,
the math.
I think if people sit down and take 5 minutes to research what it takes to get a real estate license, first off, you got to start with the schooling. So you do the 90 hours of schooling. Now, hopefully you're prepared. We're going to give you a final exam. Then you pass our final exam, you can get a certificate of accomplishment. Once you get that certificate, you then go on and take a state's exam. We have Pearson VUE, they're the state testing center. You pass Pearson VUE, you do your fingerprinting, we just talked about a few minutes ago. You fill out 2 or 3 disclosures, you're done. That's it. We walk you through the process. We have step-by-step details. If you want to call us up as you're going through the process, great. The contract writing class we talked about, it's a requirement. We, right now, for the time being, we're doing it online as well. So this is something you could literally do almost entirely start to finish at home, except maybe get out your PJs one day and go take the Pearson VUE exam while you're at it, get fingerprinted at the same time.
And you're done.
And you're done.
And you know, we also want to talk a little bit really quickly about there's people in here, there's different types of people. You either want a new career or you want to do it for yourself. There's also another reason why to do it, and that is to perfect yourself and become proficient in
Better.
the other area, one area that you specialize in. That is, so if you're a real estate agent listening to this, you know, it's always good to keep yourself sharpened.
Right. We had, again, I think I said this last time, we had a newer company who came in from out of state, and they contacted us and says, we'd like a refresher. So they booked an entire class with us and brought all their salespeople in. And they said, we actually learned things that we thought we knew, but we were wrong.
What a great time for people to do that right now.
Right.
You know, and they can do it virtually too.
They could.
So listen to this. Maybe you are a broker. Maybe you have people that are working for you. Get them to be the best at what they do. Have the whole group come in and do the class. And you know, make your brokerage, if I said that right, a better brokerage.
Yes.
Make
less
people
problems.
really want to give you a call.
Make the client want to use you and your agents. So one of the things we've encountered in the past was inexperienced agents. Okay, everybody's inexperienced at first, but if you don't have the training and the support, you're even more inexperienced, and that's going to cause more problems. That's what we set out from day one to stop. I don't care if you go into timeshares, if you go into flipping, if you want to be an apartment manager, we're going to give you everything you need to be successful. We teach you, don't answer a question that you don't know. Never do that. You want to be the expert, but you don't want to look foolish and say the wrong thing. So I try and teach you, hey, if you don't know something, stop. Let me ask my broker, or let me get you the information. And so we try and preach that a lot throughout the courses because it makes you better.
Right, absolutely. And what I love about you, what I hear about it through you more than anything, is your passion to make sure that
Absolutely.
people are the best at what they do, and to make them a success.
Right.
Absolutely.
We had recently a girl who called us up and she says, I'm only interested really in selling my mother a house. And I said, okay, that's great, and I don't blame you. Your mother's going to buy a house and she's going to use somebody, so why not use you? And she got the 3% commission, which on a $400,000 house, she made good money. And at the end of the transaction, she says, I actually think I like this more than my current job. And I said, okay, great. What do you want to do with your license? And she and I started talking, and she says, well, I got a lot of friends who are moving here from Chicago. So all the Chicagolanders out there, they're moving here for a reason. I said, why don't you just put your word out that you're a licensed agent to all of your friends in Chicago. In 6 months, she's had 3 sales.
Wow,
And
that's
they all came
awesome.
from Chicago.
And that's another thing about you. Everything that you do, you make sure that people are successful and get those deals closed.
Right.
Because I know there's other parts about you, and I've met other people that just sound phenomenal that work with you. And you know, when you want to do something and you want to do it right, you can check them out anywhere. You 5-star rated everywhere. You want to see what they're all about.
We have Yelp, 5-star reviews. The Better Business Bureau, we're an A+ rated school. Google, I don't know how many reviews we have now, but they're all 5 stars. And when people call up and say, how are you the cheapest and you have the best reviews? Obviously people think, what's wrong with this picture?
Yeah, it's, sometimes you don't have to pay a lot of money
No.
to get something good.
You gotta find the people who care. That's what we try and say, is we answer the phones, we reply to emails. If the students, if they have a question, let me talk to them, okay? Let me help that student. I don't care if it's a one-on-one conversation on the phone or a Skype meeting. I want these people to know that you're not alone. We're here to help you.
Let me
That's
give
why we
out
have
that phone
reviews.
number to call. It's 602-753-6079. So 602-753-6079. They're rated with the Better Business Bureau, A+. They've got 5-star rating on what you say, Yelp.
Yelp,
Also
Google.
everywhere you look, you've got 5-star rated. And their website is AmericanRealtyAcademy.com. Call them. In 90 hours, you've got your license, and guess what? You can either do it there in person, you can do it over the on the internet,
Online.
and also it's about $400, and that's it to get started and to get yourself done, basically.
Get yourself done.
Get yourself done.
And I'll be one of your teachers.
You know, I wanted to go back to that really quickly because I was thinking about this as we were talking about being that they can do it online.
Mhm.
You mentioned that they can also call you because I think when you think about doing something online, how you're doing it from home, so you kind of like not sure, am I
Sure.
going to take longer, and I'm not going to understand it as much, but you also fix that problem too. Go ahead.
Right, and we encourage you, like I said, if you have a problem, you're not alone. So we encourage all our students. I don't care if they even call in or they send us an email saying, hey, I'm on chapter 7. So we have one student, God bless him, they like to pinpoint any typo or misspelling. And now, again, we'll laugh at that, but it shows that they're really vested in the material. We encourage that. You're not alone. Call us up. We answer the phones. We reply to all the emails. If you have questions about getting into the material, I will personally email you back.
Let me ask you too, real quickly, in the market right now, you know,
Mhm.
you had said to specialize in an area. Is there anything hot right now that's going on?
I'm a broker. I wish I had more listings. Our listings are selling so fast right now. There's multiple offers. People think it's a bad market. I can't sell a house fast enough.
And there's nothing but houses here in Arizona.
Right.
We got tons of
There's
them.
there's a huge demand but limited supply right now.
Okay.
Huge demand. All these people moving in from out of state. Somebody's got to service them, and the supply right now is still limited. So people haven't started putting their houses on the market. But when you do, you're getting good feedback and results.
That phone number to call again, it's 602-753-6079. Maybe it's you. Maybe it's someone that you know. People out there on Facebook, tell everyone about this. You yourself, do something for yourself. Invest in yourself. About
Freedom.
$400. You've got freedom. And you know what? You can make some good darn money in the real
Yes, you
estate.
can.
It's the best. And again, you can check them out on their website. It is AmericanRealtyAcademy.com. They'll do free consultations. He is passionate. He wants people to succeed. And again, that number to call right now, don't wait, 602-753-6079, AmericanRealtyAcademy.com.